Welcome back to Skin Deep here on Sirius XM, Channel 141 HUR Voices. I'm Sharrarne Morton with my wonderful guest co-host, Dr. Marcia Whitaker. And before the break, we were telling you all about our incredible guest, singer, songwriter, and philanthropist, I think, Raheem DeVaughn. Welcome to Skin Deep, Raheem. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We are
Yes,
excited, right, Dr. Marcia? We've been talking about this all week.
we have. So excited to have you, Raheem, to be in the place here on Skin Deep. And we know that you're local.
Yeah.
We're in the DMV. I know you grew up, I think, in Prince George's County. Can you just share with us a little bit about how life started in the DMV?
Yeah, I graduated from High Point High School. I'm
Oh,
originally born in New Jersey though. But I definitely, I grew up in PG County area, in the Beltsville area. My latter teenage years, and I graduated from High Point. I briefly attended Copper State College for a few semesters as well in Baltimore. So
mhm.
hence my roots and my ties to Baltimore City, and in Baltimore as a whole. And I pretty much jumped off the porch musically as an artist and whatnot. Frequenting the Northwest corridor, U Street area, bar
Mhm.
nights, open mics, and things of that nature, and doing open mics in DC and Baltimore as well as Philadelphia at the time, which kind of like gave gave me my name and my underground following, uh,
Yeah.
per se. Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter went to Coppin as well, so, that's a great HBCU. How did you lock into the style that you have? Like, how did you become the Love King?
For the
Um,
style
yeah, the music style.
the style is forever evolving. You know, like it's forever evolving. So um, these days it's three-piece suits and suit and a boot. I'm a little casual dressed down today. I'm in the studio, finishing up Tanya Nolan's project. Um,
Mhm.
an artist from Houston, Texas, who I've been working with for not quite a year now, but we've been working together and uh, got some great things brewing. With her. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the moniker, the Love King really kind of came about in like 2013, 2014, 2015, around that time span, as it relates to, you know, um, just rebranding.
Mhm.
Before that, it was the R&B hippie neo soul rock star. When the Love Experience album first dropped, it's kind of morphed into other things, and the Love King kind of came about, being as though, my passion for making love songs and songs that speak to intimacy and the different things, but also my socially conscious records, which are also love songs, love for community, celebrating my blackness, celebrating just being a human being that cares about other human beings, through the art form of music and lyrics and whatnot. And then also start my foundation, the Love Life Foundation, which
Oh,
led to
yeah.
plethora of community work that I do. So, it's kind of just like reinventing of myself, uh, which the moniker's changed since then. 2015, it's like the Love King of Soul and R&B. Uh,
Yeah.
these days, uh, yeah. But that's really it wasn't so much for being the Casanova or wowing the ladies on
Mhm.
stage in the bedroom, but more so uh, love for myself, love for community, love for my people, love for all people, and just like the frequency of that is always in the music. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
I was gonna say, I first found out about you not first found out about you, but I loved your song, Guess Who Loves You More, which I still love. That's my favorite song. I know you hear that all the time, that's people's favorite song. But you were singing at this lounge I used to hang out in called The Half Note in Glendale. Do you
mm.
remember doing that,
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Raheem?
yeah. I've been to the Half Note a few times. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
you were there singing.
might have
Yeah,
been
and that's when I first heard you singing live.
that might have been an event that Micheline
Bowman.
was doing at the time. Yeah, yeah.
It was something Mondays, See You
Okay.
Mondays or something, yeah, and that exactly, Micheline Bowman was, hosting something. So that's when I first heard you live, but I already loved your music. What about you, Dr. Marcia?
Yeah, absolutely. And I've been to the Half Note. And actually, this morning, I was driving my son to school, and your song "Anytime, Anywhere" comes on. It came on, and I was jamming. I was like, it it transcends your music, and it is definitely something that kind of pulls folks in and kind of gives them that love experience. So well done.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, the Janet remake's been floating around for some years, depending on how long you've been tapped in. You know, it was originally it was released on a mixtape that I
Oh,
previously, and then I put it out for monetization and just like really put it out as an official single, as part of a project that I put out back in 20, was it 2002, 2000, was it 2020, 2021 maybe,
mhm, mhm.
the From Lust Till Dawn project, which was like a compilation project of a few artists who I was fond of or like befriended, through social media, and I wanted to, do something different. And so just like collaborating with different artists and songwriters, producers, or what have you. So that's where that came about, and it's still doing. It won't. It's one of those remakes that won't go away.
That's a
But
good thing. That's a
It
good
is.
thing.
now it's like happening all over again with the the release of Fall in Love, which came out November 21st. People are going crazy over the Ozzy Brother remake of Let's Fall in Love,
Mhm.
which is a very popular slow jam. Ozzy Brothers, if you know, you know,
Mhm.
You know, that's right. I just
Absolutely.
saw them this past summer. They
Yeah.
still grooving, they're still jamming.
And I've sampled a few Ozzy Brothers records here and there, but I always wanted to remake the Let's Fall in Love record. And you know, after the release of the Summer of Love and deciding that I was going to remix the project, Fall in Love, which is an extension of that. Um, I feel like it just made sense. Like, Fall in
Yeah.
Love, Let's Fall in Love, the single, the Ozzy Brother remake is being received extremely well. And it's been humbling to once again know that I taken a record and something that's already an incredible record and a smash and put my own twist on it, and it's
Mhm.
received the way that it is.
Yeah, that's a blessing.
Mhm. Can I
Yeah.
ask what's the creative process for you? How long does it take for you to know, that album or that single is going to be a hit? What's that process?
Um, I mean, you never know until you put it out to the people. I mean, you can tend to know, like, and then some nights like, oh, this is big. This is gonna
Right.
be received well. You know, my thing is just to make is about consistency and making something that people about a body of work, or if we're talking song by song. I feel like the philosophy is you're as great as the last song that you put out. So um, I just focus on being consistent with what I do. And
Yeah, and you have been, and that is so good. Um, the other thing too is I wanted to know what were some of your influences like growing up or when you came of age and knew you wanted to be a musician. I mean, obviously the Isley Brothers, but who else influenced your music?
Marvin Gaye, Bob Marley, um, Stevie Wonder, Michael
Yeah,
Jackson,
all the greats.
Sade,
Yeah.
Franklin.
all- yeah, I mean everybody on that list are legends.
Yeah, name,
Yes.
name a few. Prince is a huge influence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
So we're going to take a break in a minute, but before we do, tell everybody how they can, lock on to you on social media or, get your latest album, which we're going to talk about when we come back from break.
Yeah.
I know you do lives on Instagram. Tell everybody how they can reach out to you and also get your album.
Well, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Instagram underscore Instagram.com/Raheem DeVaughn. So that's Raheem underscore DeVaughn to be exact. Again,
Okay.
underscore DeVaughn, RAHEEM underscore DEVAUGHN. And I'm on what was formerly known as Twitter, which is X, and all the different platforms. Most importantly, though, you can stream my music on all the DSPs, digital streaming platform services. Talking about Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Pandora, all the places. My entire catalog is there waiting for you, including my most recent project, was dropped November 21st, right before Thanksgiving, Fall in Love.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to talk about Fall in Love when we get back. Folks, we have to take a break. But before we go, Dr. Marcia, I want you to tell everybody how they can reach out to you as well.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sharrarne. So I am Dr. Marcia, and I am a master destiny life coach, and I help professional women who are trapped in their personal prison of life to break out. And so you can find me on all social media platforms at Marcia Whitaker, and also on my website at www.drmarcia.com.
Okay, we will be right back after these messages with the incredible artist Raheem DeVaughn here on Skin Deep on Sirius XM Radio, channel 141, HUR Voices. And we're back here on Sirius XM with my co-host, Dr. Marcia Whitaker, and we are talking to one of our favorite artists, Raheem DeVaughn. Raheem, tell us about your latest project, your latest album. And I hear, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you have what every artist wants, which is full control over your project. Is that right or no?
Yeah, I definitely have. I mean, I own the masters, you know what I mean? So that's a plus, It's a lot more work involved when you're an independent artist. It's not as as fancy as it may sound.
Or glamorous, right? It's not as glamorous.
Not as glamorous as it may. But yeah, at the end of the day, like, I'm responsible for making, the decisions that I make, and the music that I want to put out, and the concept, and just all the things, or how much music I want to put out a year, and that type of thing. The business model has changed so much, you know what I mean? So for me, it's about building catalog.
Mm-hmm.
As artists, we don't make a lot of money, like, off of the music that we put out,
Right.
like, technically. So, but Fall in Love is some people refer to it as an album. Some people refer to it as a LP. For me, it's more of a. I'm into making bodies of work now. Usually not full albums, and I feel
Mm-hmm.
bodies of work, but understanding that the attention span is a lot shorter for things. You know what I mean? I want to make a 30 to 40-minute experience that people can enjoy and embrace. I would probably more refer to it as an EP,
Oh,
or
okay.
or just a project, you know what I mean? But Fall in Love is a remix pack of, and an extension of the Summer of Love, which was a project that I put out, back June 21st, first day of summer,
Mm-hmm.
the fall, and because the music,
Mm-hmm.
people are still loving the music. I did like remix versions of it, different versions, part twos or extensions of the song. So it seems to be being received well. The Ozzy Brother remake was a bonus track on there, which is totally new music as well, for the listeners. And I'm just having fun on cruise control right now. I got a big record out with DJ Terry Hunter as well from
Oh,
Chicago.
yeah.
Yeah, favorite thing to do, which is popping. It's a standalone single that I may put on another project, after the new year. But yeah, it's a lot of things happen musically, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
whether it's on the radio or just available for stream, or in the Sirius XM space, like, it's a lot to absorb and a lot to enjoy, So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
all.
I was thinking about asking you about adding one of your songs to my show Open.
Oh yeah.
Um, I love your music so much. Yeah. But I wanted to do an old school, like Guess Who Loves You More, because that's my favorite of yours.
Go,
But all
go
of your
for
songs are wonderful.
Hey, go for it.
Okay.
You
You're
got my
gonna you might be hearing it too. You're gonna be like, okay, now she's doing
All
this. She's
right.
doing the damn
All right.
thing with Raheem. Yes, I would love to.
Yeah, you got my blessing.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Cool. So Raheem, I want to know if we can go deeper.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So we know When I hear the titles of your albums, okay, the Fall in Love and then the Summer of Love, usually there is a backstory. Can you share with us what the backstory is to your songs and your albums?
Well, the whole me incorporating the love in each album, I would say think of it as I'm a big hip hop head. One of my favorite groups of all time is Tribe Called Quest.
Oh yeah.
So so you know how they kind of had like the Electric Lady, or they had there was something they kind of had that was like ongoing with the theme, with the covers and the artwork. You know what I mean, with the red, black, and green, and that whole thing. Um, that's so me incorporating love in each album title is like that's like my version of that, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Creatively, as far as like the aesthetic or the influence, you know. So that was kind of like inspired by Tribe Called Quest. Uh, and then as far as like like the subject matter, if it's probably Fall in Love and the Summer of Love, probably my most racy bodies of work. You know what I mean? To date, or like grown and managed. But I think I like grown into that space. And
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
think that even if I'm in a humble space, and always have been, to understand that like everything I do ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
So I make my music for the people that enjoy it. I make my songs that speak to intimacy or the anatomy of a woman or whatever. Like, for people that enjoy it. And for obviously for people that like, you know, come together, no pun intended, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Well, we
I like it.
love it. We love what you do because, well, for me, it's old school. It reminds me of the music that I grew up on, or
Yeah,
that my parents grew up on. You don't hear it anymore.
yeah.
And so I appreciate you being a relatively young man singing what I grew up on, what my parents grew up on. It's
Mhm.
just old-fashioned love. And so, I'm just happy that you're still doing it and that you're gonna keep on doing it, God willing.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I mean, as long as people continue to, support it, buy the tickets for the shows, stream the music, support the merch. I'm acting now, so that's something else that could be added to my resume.
Oh,
You know,
yeah? Okay. What do
yeah,
you
I've
tell
done a
us more?
few, well, I've done a few. Well, there's a few movies that are already out that I've been part of. Available Wife, which is available on Netflix and Hulu and all the things, and Love.com as well, which
Oh,
is out.
yeah, you were on Love.com. I did see that. I just saw a little bit of that. Okay, yeah. But I haven't heard about Available Wife. I'm gonna have to check that
Yeah,
out. You said on
that's
Mhm.
Netflix.
and yeah. So in whatever capacity, it's just art. It doesn't really belong to us as creatives. Once we put it out, it belongs to the people. You give it to the world. You put your best foot forward. But as long as people continuously support the music, I'll continue to make it.
Can you tell us about your Love Life Foundation? Because I have to be honest, Dr. Marcia and I are in an organization called Black Door Society, and
Mhm.
it's all about mostly helping, Black women scale their businesses. But we recognize that it's, men and women that support each other. And so we have an annual awards event. We had our actual inaugural awards event this past summer where we gave an award to the first Black First Lady of Maryland, Dawn Moore,
Mhm.
and some other folks. And we were saying we would love to present you with an award next year, next summer. I don't know if you'll be around, but if
Okay.
so, we want to do that because we know that you do a lot with your foundation. Tell us a little bit about that.
The textbook scholarship fund, helping kids for the first year of college, paying for their books and supplies is one of our initiatives. Advocating and fighting domestic violence in support of women who been in severe domestic violence situations, or just standing firm with women who in solidarity, who are now advocating and campaigning and going out and beating up the pavement, to bring awareness to what for the youth and women of what domestic violence, and men as well, like what exactly domestic violence is, and how do you
Mhm.
at it, how do you protect yourself, how do you get help, how you get out of the situations, what the laws are, how do we change the laws, to the policies and stuff of that nature. So these are all things to be talked about and supported, as well as like, speaking out against, sexual abuse of children and sex trafficking, and just,
Yes.
like,
Yes. Yeah.
in real time on the planet, um, definitely want to take more interest in that lane personally. Um, you know,
Yes.
feeding those that are homeless and displaced. We've had partnerships with the HF, which is the AIDS Healthcare Foundation. Uh,
Mhm.
so we've done a plethora of work, over the last decade and a half, and we're looking forward to
Wow.
ramping up. Definitely COVID kind of knocked the wind out of us in terms of like being able to, do activities and moving from state to state and just kind of finding that new rhythm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Well,
yeah,
you're out there. We know, we see you, and we applaud everything that you are doing for the people.
yeah,
And so we're going to reach back out next year and see if you're going to be in town so we can present you with this award, because you definitely deserve it, you and your team, for all the good work that you do. We have
yeah.
to wrap it up. Is there anything else you want to let our listeners know, or tell us
Well,
again where to find your music?
well, again, you can enjoy my entire catalog, on all the DSPs, digital streaming platforms, Apple Music, iTunes, Pandora, Spotify, Tidal, all the places. My most recent project, Fall in Love, is out. Standalone single. Favorite Thing to Do is out. Shout out to DJ Terry Hunter. Um, shout out to poet Jay Ivy. I guess you could say I acquired another Grammy nomination uh,
Yes.
from collabing with Jay Ivy on his project. You
Congratulations.
Yes.
fingers crossed he'll come home with the Grammy. Him winning the Grammy is us winning the Grammy. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Just
Yeah.
back here for that. Yeah, a lot of great things happening on the way. New music always on the way. Can't wait for people to hear what's coming down the pipeline, as well
Yes.
as some film stuff. Yeah, and
We
then of course get your tickets, Ticketmaster.com, to see me. The tour is happening. I'm not going to even say who it's with, but it's one of America's favorite R&B soul singers. She's a beautiful, iconic woman within her own right.
Are
And
you teasing us? You
and
can't tell us
I
who
think so. I
it is.
think he is.
find out who it is, what chocolate, beautiful sister,
Okay, give
on
us a hint. Give us another hint. Come on.
the road with. Get your ticket now, Ticketmaster.com. Go
Okay.
and we will see you. I will see you in March 2024.
Yes, you will see me, and I'm definitely going to come to the show, especially if you're starting it here, the tour here in the DMV
Yep.
first. I hope you are. But anyway, we're so grateful to you for being on the show, and we congratulate you on all your success and all of the work that you're putting in. That's it for now, folks. I'm your host, Sharrarne Morton, here on Sirius XM Radio, Channel 141, HUR Voices, with my co-host and Black Door Society sister, Dr. Marcia Whitaker. I hope that you use the information we provided today and love on somebody like Raheem DeVaughn. Thanks again. You can hear this show on Sirius XM Radio on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, as well as on iTunes, Spotify, and all the streaming platforms. And check me out at Sharrarne Morton on Instagram and Facebook. Thanks again for tuning in on all things that are skin deep.